From an old 1985 recipe book, we've got sponge kisses. Delicious, light, yum. Sponge kisses from the 1985 Catholic Women's Association's cookbook. So this was by Mrs. Hunter and from Tookanwal in Australia. So the ingredients that we need for this delicious recipe: 2 eggs, we need 57 grams of sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, just a pinch of salt or about 1/4 teaspoon. We're also going to need 2 grams of baking soda, 57 grams of all-purpose or plain flour, and about 100 milliliters of cream. We're going to be thickening this up, so it's going to be a whole lot more than this, and we'll just play it by ear and see how much we might need. So, let's get cooking. We're going to preheat our oven. We're not going to be using fan force, but just the bake setting, and set the temperature to 190 degrees. We're going to start by separating the eggs into its yolks and whites. I find a good way to do this is to have 2 bowls ready, one for yolks, one for whites, and cracking the egg on a flat surface. I've got a little bit of paper towel here to protect the surface, is going to help protect the yolk so that you're not cracking it on an edge or it might pierce the yolk. Now you can either use the shell to separate the whites and the yolks, like so, or you can even do it in your hands, which is a gentler way to do it, given that your fingers are going to be a lot softer than the sharp edges. First of all, we're going to be taking our egg whites and adding it into the bowl of a stand mixer. To our stand mixer, we're going to be adding the whisk attachment, and we're going to be adding in our egg whites. It's starting to come together, but hasn't quite made it. We're going to slowly add in our sugar whilst the mixer is set to medium-low. Removing the bowl from the stand mixer, we're going to just clean off our whisk attachment, and we're going to be changing tools over to a spatula. For this next stage, we're going to be adding in all of our other ingredients, barring the cream. For our flours, we're going to ensure that we sift all of our flours to reduce any clumping. Adding both the flour and the baking powder, we'll sift that through. When folding, it's important to do just as the word says, fold. Avoid pushing any of the air bubbles out. You want to maintain the air bubbles as much as you can. Now, using a teaspoon, we're going to be placing little dollops along a lined baking pan. You might need 2 baking pans for this amount, but we're just going to make nice, neat little dollops. We're going to be allowing enough space between them so that they can rise. Here we are, all prepared on 2 different baking pans. These are going to go into the oven. Now, I do recognise some of these are a little bit uglier than others. That's okay. It's important that you have a chef's kiss so that you can taste and see what it's like, and always just use the ugliest ones for that. So let's pop this in the oven for 7 minutes. Hey Google, set timer for 7 minutes. There we go, lightly browned on top. We're going to let these cool completely, and then we're going to whip up some cream and sandwich them together. Yum. And there you have it, beautiful sponge kisses with cream in the middle. I'm looking forward to tasting this one. If you liked it, the recipe's down below. Think about subscribing if you want some more recipes. Let's give it a go. They're light, touch of vanilla, sweet, delicious.